Stop number 8 on the Castrol GTX Cup Series brings us to the shortest and the slowest of the short tracks that we're at here today, and the third of the 3 straight on the short tracks, I should say. Welcome to beautiful Martinsville Speedway in Martinsville, Virginia, as we're set for 75 laps of racing or mayhem, whichever one you want to call. Don't be surprised if we see another Bristol type event at this racetrack, as the way the last few Martinsville races have been in this series. But we are here today for running in the STP 500 as we're set for 75 laps of racing, and here's the starting line for today's running event. Ford sweep the top 2 spots in qualifying. Seth Cole is on the pole for today's event, and he'll be alongside Johnny Gardner. Seth carrying one of our in-car cameras in today's event here at Martinsville. Row 2, it's Mike Becker, number 44, and the winner of the season at winner of the season at Atlanta, excuse me. He'll be flanked by Zachary Fitzwater, coming off a great run at North Wilkesboro. Third row is the winner at North Wilkesboro, along with that race at Bristol. It's Cole Deaver looking for 3 in a row, and alongside Levi McIntyre and Nick Suburbs SKF Ford, car number 99. And Cole has another one of our in-car cameras in today's event. Row 4 has Ryan George, number 15, and Trent Dunham, 2-time winner of the season at Darlington and at Texas, in the number 1 Pennzoil Chevrolet. Row 5, it's Joshua Collard, a good qualifying run for him, in the number 43 STP Pontiac, looking for a real pick-me-up in the points, coming in this race 39th in the standings, and he'll be alongside Keith Batson, car 28, Texaco Haviland Ford, and he's also looking for a pick-me-up in the points. Speaking of points, row 6 has the points leader, Kyle Matthews, the winner of the season at Rockingham, in the Coors Light Pontiac car 42, and alongside Rob Evans in the Mobile 1 Ford, car number 12. Next row down has Jessica Shelton. Usually runs well here at Martinsville in the McDonald's Ford car number 94. She's yet to get a win this season, believe it or not. Maybe today will be the day. Who knows? She'll be alongside car 26, Nicholas Wade in the Quaker State Ford. Jessica, by the way, has one as our third in-car camera. Next row down has car number 4, William Brock in the Kodak Film Chevrolet, and Jason Haywood in car 81, a Square D Ford. Next row down, it's Charles Sanford, car 24, the DuPont Chevrolet. And beside him will be car 11, the close call phone call Ford of Ashland Boyd. Next row down has Carter Friesen, who's been on a tear of late and is off to a good start, leading the rookie points this season. Or actually, right up there in rookie points, I should say, in the number 71 Olive Garden Chevrolet. Beside him, the Daytona 500 champion, Quentin Moore, in the Sitco Ford, car 21. Next row down has Kat Batson, car 88, Texaco Haviland Ford. And Joshua Osborne, 1 number down, in the number 87 Burger King Chevrolet. And he also, like Collard, looking for a pick-me-up points. Osborne is way down, I think, in the 30s in the points chase. I'm not sure, to be honest. Next row down, Dylan Young in the 2 Miller Lite Ford. And beside him will be Ryan Brommer in the 17 Western Auto Parts America Chevrolet. Next row down has Paul Minnick in the 23 Smokin' Joe's Ford. And Jesse Turner in number 75 Remington Arms Ford. Next row down, Ben Crouch, number 25, Budweiser Chevrolet, and number 22, Dylan Poteet in the MB&A Pontiac is alongside. Next row down, Jonathan Zorlin, number 7, the Exaberes Ford, and beside him, Phil Parker, coming off a great run at North Wilkesboro, number 5, Kellogg's Cornflakes Chevrolet. Next row down, Jay Jefferson, number 90, the Heilig Myers Ford, and Vince Almarigo, number 10, the Tide Ford. Next row down, Tony Green in a Skull Bandit Chevrolet car 33, and Zach Winkle in number 97. Next row down, Austin Colano in 37, and number 30, Daniel Bouchard. Next row down has number 13, Sean Ard in the First Bliss Loans Ford, and Becca Tellier in a Valvoline Ford, car number 6. Next row down, Peter Onjack in number 41 in the Kodiak Chevrolet, and number 77, US Air Jasper Engine's Federal Mogul Ford of Diego Yepes. And starting shotgun in the field, Preston Plord. It'll be fun to see him work his way through the field in the number 18 Interstate Batteries Pontiac. So Martinsville is usually a bit of a demolition derby, as we said the last few times that we've been here at Martinsville. We hope for a safe race in this race in this STP 500, as we always do at every race. So with that said, here comes the command to fire the engines here at the shortest and the slowest paperclip, Martinsville.
Gentlemen, start your engines!
Command given to fire the engines as we get set for racing here Seth Cole is going to lean him down here as he and Johnny Gardner. I tell you, the field lineup at the start-finish line, they could have done a standing start like in the Formula One races, I would imagine, but no such thing in stock car racing. Seth Cole came awful close to winning at North Wilkesboro, the last race on the tourney, where he finished second to the man starting in fifth, Cole Deaver. As Seth looks to improve that by one spot today here. Johnny Gardner, he may have something to say about that, as does Mike Becker, Zachary Fitzwater, and about the rest of the field here. Stay down on this racetrack. Pace cars on the pit road, and we are racing at Martinsville. Here we go. Pole speed for this race. Slow for everywhere else. 92 miles an hour, and Trent comes in the wall to kick things off here off turn number 2. And that caused a log jam back there Ashland Boyd's got some damage in the 11 car, and Peter Onjek's off track. Becca Tellier got sideways in the 6 car, and she had to gather it up. Well, that was a great start, I think. Well, it didn't take long for the action to get going at Martinsville, and Ashland Boyd is stalled on the racetrack in turns 1 and 2. Now he gets his car started again, but I would imagine the engine's about darn near dying on that number 11 Ford. Well, let's take a look at replay as to what happened, and you saw Trent Dunham being punted right there. He got punted by Keith Batson in car 28. Trent got moved up to the track by Keith Batson. He was on the outside of Joshua Collard as well. And Dunham gets off the wall a little bit, and into the wall he goes. And watch Ashland Boyd right into the back of Dunham's car. And I'm surprised that none of the other cars got damaged on the back end, unless guys like Quentin Moore, Ryan Brommer, Jesse Turner, and any of the others did. And you see Paul Minnick way down on the inside of the racetrack. Oh my God. That would have been a huge no-no on race time 4 wide at Martinsville. That would have been a huge no-no. And apparently there's Carter Friesen coming off pit road, and apparently somehow he got damaged up in this melee coming off turn 2 on the first lap. So apparently Friesen minus a front clip on the Olive Garden Chevrolet. And he will be staying on the lead lap. Apparently he's behind Becca Tellier at the moment, and of course no secret Ashland Boyd is out of the race. So unfortunate for the number 11 close call Ford, and which unfortunately the close call didn't happen, as Quentin Moore's now a lap down as well in the number 21 cars. He tries to get back on the lead lap. Seth Cole's now on the high side of the racetrack here. And Johnny Gardner gets turned by Cole Deaver. They both save it. Deaver Deaver touches the grass just a little bit, come off turn number 2. As McIntyre lost a couple of positions, and Seth Cole somehow keeps the lead for the moment. I thought he was going to get hung up on the outside and let Mike Becker take the lead in the 44 car. And Becker's going to try to seize on the moment, though, but if he doesn't, Zachary Fitzwater could in the number 9 car. Quentin Moore trying to get back on the lead lap before he can get a caution. But Seth Cole racing him very hard on the outside. I'm surprised Seth's car's working very well on the outside of the racetrack here, because usually if you're on the outside, you're freight train or you're screwed. But fortunately for him, Mike Becker or Fitzwater hasn't mounted a challenge just yet. And speaking of challenges, Fitzwater dives inside of Becker for second. A pair of blue cars going at it here, and actually throw in the third blue car with Ryan George in the number 15 car. Best finish of the season, a second at Bristol. And here comes Cole Deaver looking to the inside. Deaver trying to get past the 15 car, and there's the damaged up Johnny Gardner. He did a masterful job keeping that car from spinning, he and Deaver both. And that's going to be on the high side as Levi McIntyre looks inside now in number 99. Battle going on. Kyle Matthews gets knocked out of the way by Seth Cole. And Ryan George gets into a spin, number 15 car, and several cars are going to get into it. Osborne spins. Shelton is spun. And damage to the Cat Batson car. Shelton's car, I don't know what's going on here with her machine. And several more cars is going to get knocked around here. Jay Jefferson's damaged up in the 90 car. And did Quentin Moore beat Seth Cole back to the start-finish line? Well, apparently he did, because I think if that's the case, Quentin's back on the lead lap. But several good cars there got knocked out of that one right here, and several good cars got knocked out of that one. Ryan George and let's take a look at what happened here and to cause the yellow flag to happen. Ryan George was running fourth when this happened. Cole Deaver moved to the inside of him, and Cole just punts Ryan right out of the way in that number 15 car. And good driving on, what was that? Levi McIntyre and Kyle Matthews. Good driving for them. Then they all avoid him until Shelton comes along, and then she gets rear-ended by Cat Batson. Trent Dunham gets out of the way without escaping any damage on his machine, but then Savikar's trapped behind there. Ben Crouch is trapped behind. I can't think of who that's Brommer in the 17 car. And Shelton's car. Okay, yeah. I hate to use this term, but I think Shelton's car is twerking in Martinsville. I don't know. Yeah. And apparently, Kat Batson, I don't know what the heck she's doing to Shelton's car, but anyway, on board Jessica Shelton's car. And yeah, Kat Batson's car just cannot stay off of Shelton's car, and I think Ben Crouch is what is pushing her, is what's going on. Trying to knock Shelton right back out of the way. And they weren't having any of that, but and let's look at what happened to Jay Jefferson's car as far as his spin is concerned. And he was in the middle of the track here, and to watch out Vince Almaringa on the 10 car, he and Dylan Poteet got into it somehow, and Jesse Turner lost it going into turn 3, and then that caused Jefferson to spin and hit right into Turner's car. Preston Plorden got a tap as well. There's the tap done by Diego Yepes in the 77. And good timing as we're back underway here on lap number 18 after the second caution flag of the day, as Carter Friesen is now trying to get a lap back. But meantime, Seth Cole's caught on the outside of the track again, as is Mike Becker here. And a guy trying to take advantage of it is Zachary Fitzwater in the 9 car. Here comes Fitzwater to the inside of Seth Cole for the lead. The bad news that Fitzwater's got right there is, of course, he's behind the 71 car of Carter Friesen, and Seth Cole's going to pull ahead. Nope, Friesen's going to go inside of him. You saw the 5 of Phil Parker get off pit road for an unscheduled pit stop. But now Mike Becker and Fitzwater side by side, and as well as the couple of Buckeyes here, Levi McIntyre and Kyle Matthews. Now Matthews falls in behind McIntyre. That's for 4th place. And it's not been a banner year so far for Levi McIntyre, but he hopes to get back on his feet again. And Fitzwater just moved Becker up the track now. Here comes Fitzwater for 2nd. Becker in the 44, Fitzwater in the 9. It looks like we're under yellow once again here at Martinsville. And is freezing it back on the lead lap? No, he does not. And it's Jay Jefferson again in the 90 machine, I think, is what apparently brought out the yellow flag. And Quentin Moore, after he just got back on the late lap, he's damaged up badly now in the 21 car. And yeah, we had a mess coming off turn number 4. And apparently Dylan Poteet just turned Peter Onjack right into Paul Minnick's car. And see, Plord goes right into Poteet. Yepes is in it. There's... Oh my gosh, there's where Quentin Moore got the hit. He was battling alongside Jessica Shelton in the 94 car. He misses Peter Onjack, but then he gets right into the 6 car, and plows right into the 6 machine of Becca Tellier. So bad damage to the 21 car, and I think that's knocked him right out of the race. And there you have a look at Becca Tellier's car right there in the number. Had a look at Becca Tellier's car. She's still in the race here. As several others. Now you see Carter Friesen and Phil Parker both on the inside trying to get back on the lead lap here. Friesen almost did the last time by. But Seth Cole has not given up the lead just yet. It's a wonder why, because he's been caught up on the outside, and Fitzwater's almost taken advantage a couple times. But the advantage that Seth seems to have, he's got lap cars on the inside. It's given the cars on the inside headaches. But now let's see what happens on this restart here as we restart on lap number 27. Mike Becker up on the high side. Here comes Levi McIntyre. That's for 2nd place. And how about the darn pace car? And how about the 26 of Nicholas Wade? The man who's leading the rookie points. He continues to be impressive this season. Nicholas Wade's becoming one of the guys to watch this season in that Quaker State Ford. And let's not forget, he comes off a good run at North Wilkesboro, the last race on the tour. And right now it's in 4th position at the moment, behind 3rd place Mike Becker and 2nd place Levi McIntyre. But the good news for Seth Cole, he's got two lap cars between he and 2nd place at the moment. Fitzwater trying to inside for 4th place now on Nicholas Wade in the 26 machine. And here comes Jason Haywood up to 6th position right now in the number 81 car. He and Johnny Gardner going at it, and don't forget Keith Batson, an avid short track racer himself from his native state of Maine in the 28 machine. And yellow flag's flown again. Batson was about to document it was up to 8th place at the moment. And I can't figure out who caused the yellow flag. We're going to go look at the pace card, see when the pace card's lights flashed. And the pace card's lights flash because of Diego Yepes in the 77. Yep, S was running 28th when this happened. And let's see what his happened here. Now he got loose going through turn 2, and that actually was not caused by Becca Tellier in the 6 car spinning him. And several cars just gagged up behind him, including Ryan Brommer, Jessica Shelton, and Ben Crouch, and Peter Onjack. So really a no harm, no foul situation here as far as those drivers are concerned. Oh, careful here, guys. You're going to tear your cars up here under caution. So, caution flag number, I think this is number 4 that we're on right now. I think this is caution flag number 4. And we're not even halfway home here at Martinsville just yet. Halfway lap will be lap number 38 in this race. Seth Cole continues to lead the race here. Now we got 3 lap cars on the inside, I think. Yep, Jay Jefferson. Yep, make that a 4th lap car. Sean Ard in the 13. So more headaches for the cars on the inside lane as the green flag flies. And let's try this again at Martinsville. Lap number 36. And still 39 laps remaining in this race here. Phil Parker and Carter Friesen trying to move inside, trying to get a lap back here. Phil Parker especially because he's not damaged up, and he's running right behind Carter Friesen for the moment. And the yellow flag's flown again for the 5th time today, and I think it's been Crouch this time. And Seth Cole has once again kept Carter Friesen and Phil Parker from getting back on the lead lap. Yeah, there's where the spin happened. There's where the spin happened on the restart. It was Jonathan Zorlin and Charles Sanford. And Sanford gets turned around by Trent Dunham in the 1 car. And meantime, Zorlin, that was a separate spin actually. Zorlin got turned by Zach Winkle in the 97 car. So that was a double spin. Happened. Sanford drops to 31st position now, while Zorlin has dropped to the 32nd position. So he was behind Seth, yeah, or behind Charles Sanford, I should say. Amazing enough, 3 cars are out of the race here, but and Carter Friesen actually did get back in the lead lap in 34th position now. So now it's Phil Parker who's now going to try to get back in the lead lap in the number 5 car. Let's see if he does or not. As green flag flies on lap number 42, let's try this again. 5 caution periods, and we're just barely halfway through this event. Battle for the lead between Seth Cole and Levi McIntyre. First and second position on your screen here, and here comes. But we got one lead lap car on the inside. That is the 9 of Fitzwater, who tries to move inside of McIntyre. That's second place for your second place. You're going to see on your screen. But again, the lap car of Jay Jefferson's kind of holding him up, and the yellow flag's flown for the 6th time today now. And Phil Parker's finally got back on the lead lap, and apparently the mess happened. Okay, let's take a look. Okay, let's. It could have been Poteet. I'm actually not sure who. And I had a spin was caused by the 13 of Sean Ard, and he and Mike Becker got together, and then right into the 26 of Nicholas Wade, and all Keith Batson actually just turned Becker around. And so I wonder why this didn't turn out to be a big one here at Martinsville, to be honest. So caution number 6 flies here at Martinsville Speedway. It's either 5 or 6. I actually don't know, to be honest. I don't think we'll be seeing this kind of a crash fest when we go to Talladega, the next race on the tour, unless the big one happens. But anyway, Seth Cole comes off corner number 4. Let's try this again here at Martinsville. It'll be lap number 50 when we get this race started. Phil Parker got back in the lead lap in the number 5 car, so he is now in the 30th position. And Levi McIntyre's turned! And look at him get passed on both sides, and oh god, this is not going to end well. And it didn't. And Rob Evans, right in the end of the pit road. Yep, congratulations, Rob. You just knocked yourself right out of the race. Caution number 7 flies now here at Martinsville. Yeah, Martinsville is a classic example of cautions breed cautions. This is not Martinsville Racing. This is a demolition derby. Is what this is what this is end up being again. I said prepare for another Bristol type crap show, and it's turning to and I'm not lying. It's turning to be this way again. Martinsville is a total wreck fest. And apparently we were staying green until up until Rob Evans in the 12 car kind of tapped the wall. There he is. Yeah, he's basically just trying to sideswipe the 23 car of Paul Minnick, and then Rob Evans just hits the end of the pit wall. So yeah, congratulations, Rob. You just knocked yourself right out of the race. And meantime, on the restart here, Levi McIntyre, who was running 2nd place, he's on the outside of the racetrack here. Zachary Fitzwater gets a good one on the inside of McIntyre. And Fitzwater turns McIntyre right into Jay Jefferson. And McIntyre just retaliates back right at Fitzwater and studs him in the wall. Keith Batson was right there behind him as well. And so I wonder why, I knew right here when they got this way going into the 3rd turn, Matthews was inside of McIntyre. And Matthews taps him. Rob Evans shoves Kyle. Kyle manages to save his car. And then everybody gets on the brakes at this point, coming off turn 4. And there's right there is where Evans decides to pick a fight with Paul Minnick. And then, end result, front end smash on that number 12. On that number 12 Mobil 1 Ford. So that is caution. So we start from the 7th caution flag of the day on lap 57. And oh, tell me we're not back under yellow again. Ben Crouch trying to get back on the lead lap here. Uh-oh, 3 wide. This is not going to end well. 2 rows deep of 3 wide. I think wreck 'em all up is turned out to be the rule rather than the exception here at Martinsville is what it's looking like. Sean Arden is inside of Fitzwater. Fitzwater's caught in no man's land right now in the middle of the track. And frustrating him and it's frustrating Fitzwater right now is the 4 of William Brock. He can't go nowhere in that number 4 car. He is in 4th position right now. Crashed up back in and all, and Deaver is in 5th place at the moment. Meantime, Seth Cole still remains the leader of the race here with now Nicholas Wade in 2nd position in 26th car, and he also has a damaged up back end. I think this is it's going to be a race of who's the last survivor. So pretty much what this is going to end up being. And we're now come off turn number 4 now for lap number 59 completed. It's now 16 laps remaining in this race. Ben Crouch still trying to get around Seth Cole to get himself back on the lead lap. And Nicholas Wade having trouble trying to get around Johnny Gardner. Oh, Poteet, don't do it. I actually thought Poteet was going to go back up on the racetrack going into turn 3 and run in front of the entire field, and LePage and all come off turn number 2, off turn number 4. LePage. And there is Sean Arbering in 34th position behind Jessica Shelton in 32nd. Jay Jefferson in 31st position at the moment. Johnny Gardner running 30th at the moment. Ben Crouch running 29th. And now Nicholas Wade in the 26th car has now trying to pull up on the back bumper of Seth Cole in car number 98. Rear bumper cam, Seth Cole's machine. And Seth now finally clears Ben Crouch in the 25, so goodness for Seth. He's got a lap car between he and the second place car right now. Crouch and Gardner both 1 lap down, as is Jay Jefferson and Jessica Shelton. They're all a lap down. Ryan Brommer's last car a lap down in 33rd. Then Sean Ard's 2 laps down. Carter Friesen's 2 laps down. And Dylan Poteet is now 9 laps down in 36th. As Poteet comes back in for another unscheduled pit stop, he's going to go 10 laps down now. Whew, and I thought Poteet was actually going to hit the end of the pit wall and comes on the track right in front of Joshua Osborne in an 87 car. And Poteet's going to go back down pit road again, so he's now going to go on an 11th lap down now. Meantime, we are less than 10 laps to go. Charles Sanford trying to make his way through the field in the 24 car. He's in 23rd position at the moment. And give a shout out to some of the cars here. Diego Yepes, who comes in this race last place. And once he gets, he's right now running 16th with a damaged car. Tony Green in 17th position. Daniel Bouchard trying to for 17th in the 30 machine. Ben Salmarigo 19th at the moment. Austin Colano running 20th. Mike Becker has dropped to 21st. Zach Winkle's 22nd. And trying to hold off Charles Sanford and Phil Parker. Phil Parker's moved his way through the field nicely up to 24th position right now after being a lap down most of the race. He's trying to get by his Hendrick teammate, Charles Sanford. And how about this from after being caught up in a lap 1 crash, Trent Dunham up to 7th place right now with a damaged up car. And not to be outdone, another damaged up car. Preston Portis is now taking 8th from Kyle Matthews. And Joshua Collard, another damaged up Pontiac. He's in 10th place. Look at this car up right there. Looks almost like one of those super birds from back in 1970 with a high wing. But whereas Seth Cole right now, he is all alone, and he has opened up a very substantial lead right now, 2 seconds ahead of Nicholas Wade in the 26 car. So unless something goes wrong with Seth Cole's car, he has got this race very well in the bag. As he's looking for his first victory of the season, he has not won a race yet, and trying to lock himself up into the All-Star race at Charlotte Motor Speedway coming up in about just a few races from now. We've just got Talladega, California, Richmond, and then the weekend at Charlotte. Richmond, of course, the last chance to try to get in without having to qualify in the Winston Open. And Seth Cole right now will see the white flag. He has 1 lap remaining here. Nicholas Wade's in second position. Fitzwater, William Brock, and Cole Deaver, the top 5. As they go into turn number 1 right now, Seth Cole brings that car through turns 1 and 2 right now as he comes off the second turn. No traffic in front of him. You see Dylan Posey trying to get off pit road right now. And off the 4th turn he comes, and you are on board with Seth Cole as he wins the STP 500 at Martinsville. Seth Cole survives a wreck-em-up wreck fest at Martinsville Speedway, 7 caution periods, but that didn't bother Seth one bit. He was in the right place at the right time when he needed to be, and he takes the RCA Ford out of NNSCRA Motorsports to victory lane here for the first time this season. Nicholas Wade, another impressive run, 2nd place for him. 3rd, Zachary Fitzwater. 4th, William Brock. 5th place will go to Cole Deaver. Trent Dunham, after getting wrecked on the first lap, ends up finishing 6th in this race. Then comes Jason Haywood in 7th. 8th will go to Kyle Matthews. 9th to Levi McIntyre, and Preston Plord will end up finishing in 10th place. Whew. I'll need a break before I do Talladega. That was short track madness. Pretty tough to beat. That's all I can say here. 11th place average speed of the race there, 61.343 miles an hour. That's hauling butt, not. Keith Batson comes on 11th. Joshua Collard 12th. Joshua Osborne 13th. The best run Joshua has had in a long time, both Collard and Osborne. And a good pick me up in the points wise as they needed it too. And same with Keith Batson. Those three needed a good points day, and they got it for sure. Surviving the wreckfest that was Martinsville. Jesse Turner, same thing for him, 14th. 15th, matching his car number, Ryan George. Diego Yep has a good day in 16th position. Daniel Bouchard, Tony Green, Austin Colano, and Vince Almarigo, the top 10. Phil Parker fights back to finish 21st. 22nd will go to Zach Winkle, 23rd. Charles Sanford, 24th. Paul Minnick. Then Mike Becker, Jonathan Sorlin, Becca Tellier, and Peter Onjack, the top 28. Rest of the finishing order, Ben Crouch stayed a lap down here. Johnny Gardner, 30th. Jessica Shelton moved up to 31st. After her ordeal, 32nd, we go to Jay Jefferson. 33rd, Ryan Brommer. Sean Art out of the race because of a crash. Then comes Carter Friesen in 35th. And Dylan Poteet ends up finishing 14 laps down in 36th position. He, like Shelton, usually runs good at Martinsville as well. So two drivers couldn't find any of that Martinsville magic that they enjoyed for quite a while. Other cars out of the race there: Rob Evans, Dylan Young, Quentin Moore, Kat Batson, and Ashlyn Boyd, all out of this race at Martinsville. So eight races are in the books in the Castrol GTX Cup Series, and as congratulations once again to Seth Cole, the winner of the STP 500, and as he won and survived, as he not only won the race, but he survived the race at Martinsville. Let's put it that way. Oh gosh, like I said, short track madness. That's all I can say here. If you like what you see here, be sure to subscribe to the NNSCRA Sports and Gaming channel. We got everything on this channel. We got NRS's gaming videos, whatever president of the NNSCRA, and winner at Martinsville, Seth Cole desires for this channel. And please be sure to check out Seth's Coors Light Truck Series, the Elastinous Light Series, the Pizza Hut X Series, and the Hershey's Cup Series, as those seasons are in full swing right now on this same channel. So please be sure to check those races out, as well as check out Michael Norman's Budweiser All-Pro Series that's been recently put back into action as well. And you'll see his races here on this channel. I guarantee whatever races he and whatever races Seth Cole and Michael Norman offer are better than what I have to offer. That's for sure. So please be sure to check those races out. You will not regret it here on the NNSCRA Sports and Gaming channel. So with all that said, Talladega is next on the tour for the running of the Winston 500. Always an exciting race. For now, this is James Qualson, production of the NNSCRA. Offline racing at its best.